Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha from wisdomseekers.net, and I'm here today for the second weekly Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for November 3rd to the 9th, 2019. I'm just going to take a quick drink. It's water. So let us start off with blessings was the first one. So let's start out with blessings. Hello, Emily. With the blessings, and let's find out if this is a week of blessings for Earth. And the first card is the Earth card, but the physical Earth card, not the spiritual Earth card. So the spiritual Earth card has to do with abundance, lots of energy movement, but basically it's abundance and all in many forms. It's not the same as the Empress, but it's darn close. And what covers it is 10 of Wands, and that is a card of working very hard. So the abundance is coming in this week, but you're going to work for it. And what's behind us? It's the Princess of Swords. And the Princess of Swords is all about change. And it's a change on a really deep level. So we're going to be working on abundance, and it will have to do from our, from our deep psyche, our deep subconscious. And what will that bring us? It brings us to the Princess of Wands. And so we did the change where we've already created the change, and this is where we're headed, and we already have some of it. It's the Princess of Wands. The Princess of Wands is the card of magic. It's a card of believing in things that are magical, and wow, isn't that so cool? And so even if it's something that we've always considered mundane, if we look at it with different eyes, it can become magical. And that's what the card is suggesting this time. Look at it with from a different viewpoint, and allow that which is that is normal to become magical. And when it becomes magical, a like does attract like. So if you want magic, you believe in magic, you look for magic. Look at the rainbow, that's magical. Look at the raindrops coming down from the sky. Cold maybe, but still magical. So what's in the near future? Well, we got the Lovers. And the Lovers is often a card of spirituality, not so much the love of a man for a woman or whatever. It is a card of spirituality. It is a card of, traditionally, it has been the woman's job to bring the man closer to heaven. And she can only do that when she is already closer to heaven. So that is why most often you will find women involved in the spiritual arts more so than the men, because they are the ones that it is our job. And what's coming up in the near future? Well, I got the Pure Joy card, and that's a spiritual card. True spirituality is joyful. If you're involved with something that is less than joyful, it's no, you cannot do this, you have negative rules, then it is following the negative path. You can only follow the positive path with positive rules. You can enjoy wealth. You may love another. You are welcome to be wealthy. You're welcome to be beautiful. You're welcome, and you're allowed. You're allowed to enjoy the good things in life. True spirituality is a positive path, not a negative path. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's gold or wife or whatever. Thou shalt not. That is a negative path. So we want the path that says thou shalt. All right, and that is a positive path. And if you find yourself on a thou shalt not path, think about it seriously. And what's going to support you through this week? The Knight of Pentacles, and as an energy, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's very good at what they do. They enjoy the work they do. They're strong, they're solid. And it is a little bit like this card. We have being strong and solid and just doing it. So again, we have another princess. There's 3 of the princesses. And all the princesses are good. The Princess of Swords, it's a little bit scary because she demands that you make a change. But the other princesses are not so scary. Princess of Pentacles, again, it's a card of abundance, monetary card of monetary abundance, but it's also surrounding yourself with beauty. So what do? You surround yourself with beauty. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, literally. So for instance, this is a good for instance. How many people look at this guy, and this is Gerard, by the way, and think, oh, it's a skull, ack. Or how many look at him and say, wow, isn't he gorgeous? He's beautiful. It's a choice. You have a choice to think of him as, oh, scary, or whoa, he's beautiful. He's got nice jade, and the history of the skulls are so interesting. You have that choice. So this is everything in life is a choice. Make the choice to be positive. Positive, not the negative path, is the one you want. And what will that bring you to? Well, it happens every week, doesn't it? And with the new energy influx and everything, it's going to continue to happen for a long time. Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving up. Lots of energy coming in. Wow, was not seeing that. The Wheel of Fortune is coming in. That means we're moving up another level. Of course, we're moving up another level. Every week we are moving forward. We're moving up. We don't have a choice. So basically it's saying really positive, but, and there's always a but right now, but you can expect to work hard for it. It might be working hard to change how you view things. And honestly, if you've grown up in a not normal church where thou shalt not, you have a lot of viewpoints to change. And the Princess of Swords is coming from a very deep energetic, subconscious level that you really need to change for you to go forward. So it might be that this is a week of working hard, changing perceptions. And so with that explains the blessings, because that is basically talking about the blessings of receiving and learning. But it also, the last card is the activation. And so we are activating a new level of comprehension in our lives. We are growing to be more. And truthfully, we are. There is no two ways about it. If you stop and look at yourself today, and you looked at yourself at the beginning of August, you can see that you have changed. Maybe imperceptibly, but you have changed. You have grown more. All right. So with that, it looks like there's a lot of people out there talking and saying hi and possibly asking a few questions. And so I will let my darling daughter take over. I'm just going to grab a drink while you do.
Yeah. Emily Aquang says hello. Spark 100, Lightning Spark 100 says hello. Maria Herrera says hello. Angel Spalding says hello. Kelly Bowman says hello. My mom has a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know if they've had sex already.
I'm not going to answer that one. That's that's none of my business. It's nobody's business
but your mom's.
I'm really sorry. That's a kind. You can ask another question later.
She does have another question.
Okay, but that one I won't answer. That's A, it's not your question, and B, it's invasive.
Yeah.
And honestly, for a C answer, I really don't want to see that in my mind.
Also, think of it as if your mom was asking about your sex life. You wouldn't like that very much either.
No. And really, she's a consenting adult.
And whether she's your mom.
And whether she's emotionally mature or not, that's a totally different question.
Anyhow, she wants to know what the boyfriend looks like. Ask to meet him, maybe.
I think he's got fairly short hair, either that or he's slightly bald. It seems to be a little close cut. Let's put it that way. His eyes are a tiny bit close together. He has fairly nice looking lips. His nose is in the average size. He looks basically fairly average. There's nothing spectacular about him. I can tell you at the moment, your mother is very happy with this person. And at the moment, that's the only thing you've got is this moment. It may not last, but let her have this moment. And I'm sure you've had to look after, sweep up the mess a few times. Doesn't matter what you do at this moment, she is not going to let that person go. You may have to sweep up the mess in the future, but at this moment, allow her to be happy. And stressing really is not going to make a difference at this moment. Just go, be Gaelic and make a shrug. And then when it's time, if it ever, and it might not, might possibly be that this is a keeper, then go in and pick up the mess. But until then, don't worry about it. There's nothing you can do. Okay?
And again, we will not answer if your mom's had sex with this man or not.
Yeah, I won't answer that question, anybody's question that is related to that.
It is none of your business.
No, it's none of my business for sure.
It's nobody's business but the consenting adults in the act.
And also, yeah, I don't want to see that either.
Jeanette Preston says, hello, ladies.
Hi.
Gabby McMaster asks, hello, ladies. What are the current messages my guides have for me?
Gabby. So they're impressed with you right now. They're really pleased with the fact that you've been working quite hard. And this is something that comes across often. You work hard, then you go out and play a bit. You want balance in your life. Try very hard to get the balance that you deserve. And it will make the working hard be easier long term. But they do think you should go out and what's the word? Enjoy life. Very much so. but they are very proud of you. But that's what came through first. Then also allow yourself to what's the word, play. uh okay.
So Lightning Spark 100 with $1.99 super chat asks, how does Evelyn feel about me at this moment? And is she going to tell me what she wants for her birthday? She said she would, but whenever I ask, she changes the subject.
Okay, the reason she changes the subject is she wants to know how much attention you've paid, and if you end up buying, no, that's part of it. End up buying something that she would like. Also, she's also the kind of person that has not ever felt comfortable telling other people what to buy for her. She's very uncomfortable with that. What does she think about you at the moment? She's kind of interested in you, which I think you already know. She wants she wants she wants you to, you're a little bit intense, I believe, and she's a little, that overwhelms her just a tiny bit. Be a little more spontaneous, a little less powerful. And I'm not telling you not to be powerful, because you have to be powerful to live in this world. But mellow it out just a tiny bit. So when you bring her coffee, no strings attached. And not that you do bring her coffee and there's strings attached, but just do it sort of casually instead of, hey, look what I bought you. So mellow, be a little more mellow, be a little less be a less little, I don't know how to say this, but your intensity is a little overwhelming for her at times. So, but she does care. She does care for you. She's really intrigued by you, wants to know more about you. It's just you're like a ball of fire. You're okay. You're very. It's a little hard to touch a ball of fire. Does that make any sense?
I think so.
Let's hope so. Because I keep getting intense, very strong strong energy around you, and it's sort of, it's more than she can. It's at times, not always. At times, it's a little bit more than she can handle. Okay, good luck.
Anjali says, hi, Alicia and Elle. Megan Sora 333 says, Earth Signs. Rachel Spalding asks, I can't locate my ring. I don't know if it's lost or just misplaced. Are you able to help, please? Thank you.
I am no good at that sort of thing, but let me see what I can pick up with the ring is coming back or not. Ring is coming back. Where it is, I suspect it's like it's slipped down between something. It's right down there between something. And one day you're just going to casually look down there and go, oh, here's my ring. But it's almost like it went traveling to other dimensions. Can't promise that it did, but it's coming back. Okay.
Angeli asks, what is the Capricorn thinking about us?
There's a tinge of worry there. But mostly it's a good feeling. The energy feels good. There's something about food, and I do know you have a food Instagram, a food taste to taste, is it? Not taste to taste. Touch to taste?
I don't remember.
Which I recommend because she has some gorgeous food on there. I recommend it. If you can find it on Instagram, please put it in the later on.
Toast to taste.
Toast to taste. Okay, and there's a comfortableness there. That's the energy around is comfortable with. He's very comfortable with you. He's very and he likes your sense of humor. When he thinks of you, he smiles. When he's not around you, he smiles. Okay. It's just a really all over good feeling for you, basically. Okay.
Maria Herrera asks, I'm not doing well. Can you see something wrong in my stomach? Thank you.
I think there might possibly be the beginnings of an ulcer. I don't think it's at the stage where there's an actual hole, but your acid seems to be darkening a little bit. So I'm not exactly sure what you should eat, because I know my father wasn't supposed to, when he had ulcers, he wasn't supposed to be able to eat pork, but pork was one of the foods he could eat without getting sick. So figure out foods that are really good. Also, if you have a doctor you can go ask them to check it out for you. I don't feel that it's it just feels that it's at the beginning stage, and it will be I don't think it's going to go far. It's something that you can handle. You can deal with easily. Okay.
Megan Sora 333 asks, I would like to know how my boyfriend truly feels about me. Any advice to make the relationship last? I love him so much.
Megan? So this is the advice I give every woman. Always retain your own power. Don't give so much. Don't drop things, or don't change your life around for he's might come over Friday night, so I'm not going to make anything. I'm not going to do anything Friday night because he possibly may come over Friday night. Don't do that. If he makes a firm commitment and he's going to come over, then go over and do change your plans, because that's something you want to do. You want to be with him. Be powerful and be the powerful woman. Don't be a yes woman. No man actually wants a yes woman. I have never seen a man happy with a yes woman. So stand in your power, and that doesn't mean you have to say no, no, no to him. I'm not saying that at all, but you do need to have your own thoughts, your own ideas. And when you first met him, you weren't madly in love with him. You did stand up and say, "Oh no, that's full. You're full of malarkey," or, but now you go, "Oh yes, you're so right." Some along those lines, maybe not exactly like that. Move back to the place where you are your own person again, and he will be far more interested in spending time with you and being with you, because he does care for you. There's nothing there that he doesn't, there's nothing that says he doesn't like you in the energy. And the one thing you could do for him, though, is he likes a certain style of clothes. He likes it. I think he likes it when you dress up a bit, dress up. And you don't have to dress up all the time, but he does like it when you are dressed up. And you can do that for him, because you're also doing it for yourself. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And I do know from experience that men don't want you to bend over backwards for them. They really do like it when you retain your own self-worth, or your own power, I guess would be a better way of saying that. Okay, good luck.
B. Erla says, "Hi, Elisha and L. Hello." Jennifer Schwab says, "What do you see for me for the next month?"
So in a metaphysical view, I see a lot of light. When I first looked in there, it was like a whole bunch of light was coming in. So I'm going to read that as there's a whole bunch of energy coming in, illuminating and changing things for you. And one of the things that might be very powerful for you is you're extremely sensitive. It might be that it would be to your benefit to learn to allow the energy to come into you, empathic and energy to come into you, but don't own it. Don't let it become yours. Instead of letting it making you kind of feel queasy or high or low or whatever, or fearful or anything, allow it to come in, look at it, then let it go. Don't own it. And as you grow as an empath, that is something that will happen naturally. But I think that's exactly what is happening now. And it's not just for you, it's for your daughter Tay as well. But you're going to find that I suspect in the next month of November, you're going to find that you have far more control over the empathic abilities and the energy that comes into your life. You can say, "Yep, nope, not happening," or "Yeah, I love that." Okay, so that's basically what I'm seeing for you right now. But that's on the spiritual energy. Okay.
Speaking of Tay, 26337 asks, "Hello, I have been having a lot of romantic dreams about this guy, Jonathan. The dreams are always romantic, so I wanted to know if the dreams meant anything, or if it's because I used to crush on him."
That is an Elizabeth answer question, but I'll see what I can get. I think my answer would be that you are beginning to see yourself in a very special light, and you're beginning to allow yourself to be powerful. But you're still at the stage where you have to see it as coming through another person. And that's exactly what I was talking to your mother about, is the empathic abilities are growing. You don't have to own everything you get, but it's perfectly all right to acknowledge your strengths and say, this is who I am. It's also okay to acknowledge that which is not your power, but say, yes, but I'm working. I'm decided that this is going to change. In this case, I think you're starting to love yourself a lot more. Also, Elizabeth does a dream interpretation. I think if you go directly to her, and find out, she does it. She's awesome. Really, she's awesome. Okay.
Next,
Mm-hmm.
B. Erla asks, how will Jeff think about me when we meet tomorrow? Feel.
I have a feeling that when he sees you, because I have a feeling you're going to make sure you look really good, his eyes are going to pop. And for a few minutes, he may be slightly intimidated by the beautiful Bierla. But he will get over that quickly enough when he realizes you're still you. But I think it's a very good start. So the beginnings is very positive. Be careful what you do with things. Watch how you say things. Watch how much you not how much you express yourself, how you express yourself. And it should be a really good evening. Okay.
Cynthia Hull asks, hi, or hello, can I please have a message from my closest spirit guide?
So you keep your spirit guides really busy and running. That's good. And your spirit guide says they love working with you. They ask you to remember to ask for support more often, and that can be every 20 minutes basically if you feel like it. So he says which is you're doing really well. And it seems, I'm not sure what you're doing, but there's something you're learning right now or whatever, and it's very positive. It's very they're very pleased with what you're learning or studying, and they think it's going to take you far in your area. So good luck with that.
Next.
Yeah.
Emily Aquine asks, I was wondering if any messages coming through, if there are any messages coming from my spirit guides.
That's funny. The one just before is rushing over to talk. And this guy, your spirit guide, is very more like this. Very different energy. So they have a big book, and I think they call it a tome, TOME. MB tome. It's huge like this, and they're presenting it like to you that this is your next, this is the next level or lesson that you're about to embark upon. It's huge. It's also ancient. It's beautifully bound, but it's not something that's been bound in the this century, or probably not even in the 20th last century. So you have some big heavy duty stuff to learn, and they are obviously teachers, and they're willing to help you learn or work through things. So good luck on that. You are going to have, I would dearly love to see inside that book, actually, but it's opening for you, not for me.
Kylie Brown asks, hello, I found a living room for rent in the area where I want to live. If me and my husband were to live there, would it work out, or would there be problems?
I still see that it's not that there's problems, but it's short term. And once you get there, you will find that there's another place you'd prefer to be, and that you will end up moving. I don't see it changing drastically from this morning. There's few personality traits that would have to be worked around or worked with. The energy of the place it's not horrible. I just still think that you're going to move somewhere else in the short term or long term. I'm not sure which term it is, but it's not where you're going to stay forever. Okay.
1234 asks, hi, are Jalen and me going to start talking again?
Jalen?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a guy's name or a girl's name?
I don't know.
It's possible, but it's not in the short term. I don't see the energy shifting in that direction at this moment. It's possible that in the future, and the future shifts and changes quite regularly, so it could be very soon, but at this moment I don't see you talking too much. There might be a hi, how are you, and sort of two shits passed in the night, but no sit down and having a conversation. No coffee cups together or anything. Not at this moment.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Laura H. asks, hi, Elisha and Elm. Is there a stable, long-lasting love coming my way, please?
Well, nice thing is you have actually done a lot of work on yourself, and usually that means there is somebody. I don't see that somebody this month. December might bring something else. Even the end of November may bring something else, but at this moment, it appears that your guides are suggesting you just go and live your life, live it fully, and enjoy yourself in the moment, and they're kind of suggesting that when you're not paying the least attention, something is going to come your way. Go out and enjoy life. All right.
Baby Maharaj asks, "Hi, ladies. Any messages from my guides? Thank you."
They're suggesting that there's something that you have been postponed for a while, and it's probably a really good idea to start moving forward in this particular area. You will find it's actually a lot easier than you anticipated. So whatever you've sort of put to the side, look at it again, pull it out, think about it, and make sure that make sure that you really want to leave it to the side, because it seems to be very important for your future. Good luck. And it may be a small thing, but it's a key thing. All right.
Okay, sorry, I was just asking for somebody to group their questions because they're scattered in between other comments. Mimi asks, "How does Dario feel about me?"
So I'm getting an echo, I think, from last Monday when everything was done in Broadway tunes. So, but it's very positive. The energy is very positive at the moment, and very interested in moving forward with what the situation, not quickly, and that might be coming from me, because I always recommend moving forward slowly in a relationship between two people who have the potential for dating, long-term dating, because the slower you go, the more you get to know the person, the stronger the relationship, the more potential it has to last. At this point, he's very Dario. Did you say it's Dario?
Dario, yeah, Mimi.
Yeah, is very interested in you. Okay, so put on the smile.
João Firmino asks, "Hello, darling. In long terms, would I be more successful in real estate in the UK or the States?"
Honestly, if you're thinking about moving to the States, it's really difficult to get into the States. I know if you're from, this is an example, if you're from India, it's 11 years. If you're from South America, it's 6 months. So it depends where you're from, how long it would be. And one thing I do know, you have to buy your own medical insurance, and that's like the price of a car every month. So you might be very successful in the US, but at the same time, I suspect you'd be just as successful in the Great Britain than anywhere else. Sorry, just so I would get to know that place first then consider moving to another place, unless you've got ties there, like somebody you're going to be married to or family or something, because it is not easy to get the green card. It's not easy at all. And I do know because I get to answer a lot of questions about from people in America about this situation, and I do know it is a difficult difficult to get into the States. So it depends on how easy it is for you. But I think you do quite nicely where you are. Okay.
Next. Pink Drop says, hello. Is there anyone going to ask me out soon?
I believe so. Say yes, whether it's your kind of guy or not, person or not. Mostly because it's a chance to meet meet people. I'm not 100% sure that person is your type of person, but just for the heck of it, say yes. And and if you're not comfortable, just make sure that wherever you are, it's in a very public place. It seems to be like a stopper. That you know how you've got a stopper and you haven't been dating, but this guy comes along and you date him even though he's not the one. It pulls the plug out and things start to move. Okay.
Angel Eyes says, hello. Hope all is well. Just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Thank you. That's nice.
Lakshmi asks, hello, wise lady and Elle. Any messages for me?
Mostly be patient. I know you're looking for a new position, and there is it is there on the horizon. Breathe, live each day probably a little quieter than is what your want, just for your sanity's sake. But there is a position that's coming. I don't think it's close to your parents. It might be in the same city, but you'd have to travel too far. So you probably have to move out. But I do believe things are going to improve in your life soon enough. Okay.
Vaharaj Mind Michelle asks, Namaste. Will my heart ever mend? Thank you. Also, Eliz-sha, your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Your heart will mend. It takes time, especially when it's been somebody that you love a great deal. But one of these days, you're going to turn around and there will be somebody else that's just perfect. Well, nobody's perfect, so we won't go there. But there will be somebody else that your heart will allow. But first you have to grieve. You have to allow the energy. You have to go through the 3 stages of life to death emotionally. And you have to allow the relationship to die in your energy before you can be reborn. Okay? And just give it a bit of time. Best thing to do is keep yourself busy. Keep your hands busy, keep your mind busy, go out and do things. If you're not working, go out and do some volunteer work. Do something to bring in something a new energy into your life. If you're working, okay, that makes it hard. But go out and if you're not working, go out and volunteer in a place you've never worked at before, or go back to school. Do something that creates a change in your life and is new, and that will help you. And yes, it will get better.
Next.
Yeah.
Yasmin Fox asks, hello, ladies. When will I move out of my family's home?
I think you might move out probably towards the end of the month, early December, late November. It appears that it is getting to the place where it is time. And I think you mentioned before that you look young, but you really need to be in your own space. And your guides agree with you. It is time. So be patient, follow the breadcrumbs of energy, and you will find that things are going to work for your best interest. Good luck.
Megan Soria 333 says, thank you for answering my question. Bea Arla says, thank you for the message, Eliz-sha. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Sending you lots of love.
Thank you.
Jennifer Schweb asks or says, thank you for my message, you with your lovely wisdom. It's so helpful and positive. Tay says, thank you, Eliz-sha. I've been on a self-love journey that has been going well, and I will definitely contact Elizabeth about it. I liked your answer as well.
Yeah, Elizabeth is far head and shoulders above me when it comes to dream work. She's studied it. I haven't. I sort of go, this is what it feels like.
Teresa Kiersey says, you are so soothing to watch.
Oh, thank you. I've heard that. I have people, I swear they have readings with me just to chit chat.
Emily Aquine says, thank you. Laura H says, thank you for the messages. Naya Figora asks, what will Rob's impression be when we start working together of me?
My feeling is that he's going to look at you twice and be pleasantly surprised. My feeling is that he's not expecting much, and you actually have a lot more to offer than he recognizes. Rob, as general rule, Robs are tiny bit self-aware, and so just be aware that he might be a very great person, but he also will be a slightly more aware of his own self than he is others around him. I do believe that you tell him, you stroke his ego and tell him that that how much he's helped you and how much he's helped you learn on the job. It will go really swimmingly, because he likes people to notice that he does help and is helpful. You'll do great.
Teresa Kersey asks, I'm wondering if Khalid is to be trusted as in a relationship.
Khalid?
Khalid. We met 4 years ago, and we've lived on opposite side of the world. Now we live much closer. He wants us to try again.
Oh, okay. he honestly does want you to try again. Whether he can maintain that energy, I'm not 100% sure. So if you're interested in trying again, don't give everything up front. Take your time. Allow him to work for it. Allow him to prove himself to you. He honestly does want to try again. But as I said, I'm not sure how well he can maintain that. And he may be able to maintain it a lot more than he thinks he can. Usually if a woman makes the man work a little harder for it, he appreciates it more. And it simply has to do with the fact that the man is genetically predisposed to the hunting, and so if he's allowed to work a little bit for it, he appreciates it a little bit more. And it's not a negative. It's just simply that you don't want him to beg for it ever, but you do want him to work for a relationship. You don't want to hand it to him on a platter because of his nature, because he is by nature the hunter in a relationship. So make him hunt a little bit. Basically, it's simply that men appear to be happier when it's not given to them for just given to them. Did that make sense? Did I need to add more?
It made sense. I'm just gonna add, don't stop making him court you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, always always don't let him get to the point where he takes you for granted because you give him everything. And men are happier when they are on their toes just a little bit.
And it's just nice if he's willing and you're willing to continue working, just continue courting each other. It's a forever ever thing, even if you're married.
Yeah, and it should be forever.
The best relationships that I've seen are when the husband or wife brings home chocolates or a small gift just because.
Yeah, or there's a song out there. I don't know if it's popular now. It was popular when I was young, and that was quite a few decades ago now. But it's something about a violet, daisy a day, and this gentleman, he was an old gentleman, would bring home a daisy a day to his wife, his girlfriend, his wife, etc. And that's how it should be. It should be a continuous courting. It should not be, oh yeah, we're together. We don't have to work at it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good luck with that.
And I would suggest that to anyone.
Everyone.
Continue the courtship, even when you have the destination or whatever.
Yeah, even when you've arrived at the destination, continue the courtship. And that is for everyone.
Lakshmi says, "Thank you, wise lady. I like the water bottle you drink from. It's a liqueur bottle.
We bought it for Thanksgiving.
New Year's a few years ago.
New Year's. That's the only time we drink is at New Year's, and it's my water bottle.
Or when one of us, usually me, is very, very sick, and we get whiskey for hot toddies.
Yeah, but that's a liqueur.
But that's a different. Lizette Espinosa asks, "Hello, hey love. My relationship of almost 4 years has ended. Will we ever talk again down the road? I feel as if we both haven't gotten clarity, and I've seen him move on, but I don't think he's serious."
He's not serious about moving on?
That's
okay.
Yeah,
I think that's what she means.
I think so too.
He might not be serious, and but at the moment he's still a little cranky. So just leave it for the time being. Move on with your life. Allow him to see that you've moved on, and just maintain as cordial a relationship with him as you can. But don't say, "Hey, I want you back." Let him let him again be the hunter, because at the moment he's a bit cranky. But he does, but with he's cranky, that means he still cares. The way to get him back is to literally walk away from him and do your own thing. Go out and live your life, and live your life beautifully. And that will intrigue him to the point where he will want to come and talk to you again. And if there's necessity for closure, you can do that. Other than that, if you're looking for closure, personally, I prefer just thinking things over in my mind and coming to a conclusion within my mind, our body or soul, about certain things, and just, okay, that's it, it's done, and moving on from there. One of my daughters says she cannot do that. So if you need a different kind of closure, walk away, be happy, enjoy your life. He will see that and be, wow, let me go over and talk to her. Try it.
So we're at an hour. We have two questions left.
Well, okay, no more questions after that?
No more questions after that.
Okay, let's do the two questions.
Okay. I'm sorry, Kelly. Join us tomorrow for
We're going to be doing it again.
Question you'd like answered next.
Yeah.
But it's been a while and we still haven't made supper.
And honestly, I'm not a great sleeper at night.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit tired. Today is one of the days I didn't sleep a great deal, so I'm a little bit tired.
Okay. So Don Vickery asks, or says, and then asks, "Hi, love. I can't believe I managed to catch you live. I'm in the UK. I always listen to your Taurus readings. Love ya.
Thank you.
My gifts are coming on a treat, and my connection to spirit. I got sent flowers today. Makes a change for the man of today. Feels good. I feel good, blessed." And she asks, "What would spirit guides like me to focus on?"
Grounding. And that's basically one of my things that I always recommend. But that's the first thing they said was grounding. The more you're grounded, the more you're going to receive valid information. And grounding includes quieting the mind, of course. And I feel you. You're strong. You're a very powerful person. You have a future in front of you with your gifts. I can see you really busy with your gifts. I can see you going to, I'm not sure if it looks like halls, town halls, churches. I'm not sure what it is, but you're standing up and do in front of people, helping. But grounding, being powerfully aware of who you are, and also, again, of course, the quiet mind. And your guides are really clear. They're funny. So if they crack a joke here and there, yep, that's just know that you were tuned in right. Uh, they're very, very clear and easy to talk to. So be prepared, or not prepared. Be aware that you have a future in front of you, and your style is going to be uniquely yours. It's really, and it's a style that many people are going to enjoy a great deal. All right. So with your guides are funny, that probably means you're funny. So your style will be half stand-up comedy, and the rest will be telling, teaching, or sharing your gifts with others. It should be fun.
And the last question we'll end on for today comes from Love Life, and she asks, "What do you see happening between Pete and myself, my ex Pete and myself?"
So he's gone through the temper tantrum stage. He's starting to turn around and think about what he may be missing or losing out from knowing you. So the chances are you're going to get to talk to each other in the next little while. Not he hasn't completely turned around. He's in the process of turning around. So at this moment, that's all I can offer you, is that you will probably get a chance to talk together about some of the stuff you've been working on. You or didn't work on, I guess, with your exes, because unfortunately, communications is sometimes really difficult.
It's right up there with courting.
Well, the thing is, if somebody isn't born communicator, it's very difficult for them to communicate and to share. And I think what I'm picking up is Peter is beginning to realize some of the things you told him were really true. It's that they stung when you told him. So modify how you say the same thing. And words are powerful. Words are mantra. So you can say many different things. And let me tell you, when I have to translate from what the guides are saying, I have to translate it into words that I feel comfortable saying, because sometimes they say things like, tell them to get their butt in gear because they're not moving fast enough. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, well, maybe you could consider starting again on doing a certain project that you let go. But that's not what they said. But dang, I'm not going to give it word for word, because well, A, that's not who I am, and B, words are powerful. Words have a great deal of energy. Okay?
All right. We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
So tomorrow we have water and air. We'll probably do. We don't have. Today I had a in depth with Elizabeth at 12 till 2. So I don't have that happening tomorrow. So the chances are we will be closer together on the weeklies. So as my daughter says, ring that bell. Is that right?
Yep. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
For all notifications.
And we will be back tomorrow, and we will be back earlier during the day. And I prefer doing it earlier in the day when my energy is a little more bouncy.
In between meals.
And I'm not thinking, geez, I'd like to eat again.
And apologize for everybody who we didn't get to answer your questions.
How many more are there?
One just popped up in the middle of you finishing up.
Oh, well, yeah, come back tomorrow, please. And if it's not tomorrow, then
Monday.
at 3 Pacific time. I believe Erin will be doing it, and if you've worked with Erin, you know she's good.
Yeah, and again, because life does happen, ring that bell just to be on the safe side, because you never know.
Well, with us, you never know when we're going to do it.
Our scheduled days are Monday, Friday, and Saturday. Times are whenever.
Yeah, because life does happen, and my daughter says, "Hey, let's go out for breakfast," and I'm going, "Yeah, I don't want to cook."
Yeah, and also keep in mind we work Pacific time, Standard Time, and Eastern Standard Time,
which is going to change on Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, but it's still Pacific Standard Time.
But so
just
because some people have already changed their time.
Yeah, just keep watch of your local time for times for when we're going to be on, or again, ring that bell and get notified by email.
Yeah. So I like Mexico. They were 2 hours ahead.
Yeah, now they're an hour ahead.
Yeah. So until we catch up to them. So please, and I'm sorry we missed you, but it kind of wind down after an hour of steady. So I'm going to say namaste, namasko.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
And again, as always, it's always a deep pleasure to be here with you.
Bye.